Hello, good afternoon, Selena.
Hello, teacher and classmates. How are you, teacher?
Fine, fine. The other students are that's absent, but don't worry, we start with you. Okay, my dear Selena, how are you today?
I'm fine, teacher. It's a good day.
Yes, excellent. Okay, today we are going to talk about the environment. This is the topic for the first part of the class, the environment, and then talk about the boredom. And there are other activities about presentation at the use of however, whatever, whichever, whenever, the negotiation, animation, negotiation, animation to explain the different topics about that, conversation and listening skill. This is activities for today. Hello, Neile. How are you today?
Hello, teacher. I'm May Selena. I'm fine, thanks. And you?
Fine, fine. That's a good day for me. And only at home today. Where do you live, Selena? In Sagun? I remember not.
No, teacher. I am Neighbor.
In Neiva, okay. And Neiva doesn't have a quarantine, or yes, no.
No, teacher.
Neiva is perfect. In Bogota, it's terrible. Today, all the people at home. And Nailin, do you live in Cartagena?
Yes, I live in Cartagena.
In Cartagena is the same to Bogota or not?
In Cartagena, the people is very desordenado.
Disorder.
Disordered. Here, the people take the things or the situations very mm, uh, uh, funny. All is funny or all it's I don't know, but the people no toman nada en serio. Is this? For example, in this quarantine, many people continue doing parties or visiting their families. Oh, okay, we can visit our family, but respecting the security measures. But the people don't do that. So it's a chaos. Here is a chaos.
Terrible, terrible. In Bogota is the same. There are a lot of parties, activities. The people get out to the house for nothing, not for job, only for parties or to share time with their friends. It's terrible. Maybe. I don't know what happened with these people. Okay, the topic for the class is the environment. The first questions for Selena is, what are some of the most serious environmental problems in your opinion?
Uh, Environment. What is the
Eh,
meaning, teacher?
Medio ambiente.
Ah,
Ambiente. Mhm.
mm,
In your opinion, what is the most serious environmental problem?
I think that the most serious problem of the environment is when the people mm, quemar, no me acuerdo cómo es quemar.
To board, but
Okay.
the fire
Mhm.
is the fire the forest. I don't know. Or do you? What is your idea?
Yes, by the in the fire, and when the people um, buy the in this case garbage, um,
Mm-hmm.
or when the people to cut the trees.
Exactly.
Um, I don't know.
In your case, in your home, select the organic and inorganic food or inorganic garbage in your home or not?
No, teacher.
No, in Bogota is the law to. It's necessary when I put in the how do you say the space to put the garbage. I don't remember the name of this part. Um, I don't know. I don't remember. But you select the organic food or the organic garbage, and the other bag is necessary to put the plastic and inorganic, all inorganic. It's necessary for all neighborhood in Bogota. It's important. If you doesn't use that activities, do you need to pay more money for your service?
Mm,
Yes, it's a lot of money for the service. Yes.
yeah.
Okay, excellent. And how about you, Nylin? For what is the most serious environmental problem in your opinion?
The most important problem. Mm, 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 mm. I think the this topic that you mentioned after the la basura, I forget the name.
Garbage?
Garbage big problem, but most in the oceans or in the water because the animals who lives there are the most affected. They, for example, the turtles
The turtle, yeah.
always have plastic in their bodies, or the fish die, yeah, die for the el agua sucia,
The dirty water? I don't know, I think.
dirty water. So it is, for example, here in Cartagena, in the beach, when we go to the beach, we can see a lot of garbage. So it's a big problem here. The people, for example, here in Cartagena, we don't select the garbage. No,
No, in your
uh,
home?
no.
Okay. In
Here,
Bogota is necessary, is the law of if you put your in your deposit, the only I don't receive if there are to mix the organic and inorganic. It's necessary, and there are any specific people to select for this part of the garbage. It's necessary. It's the law in Bogota. I don't know, but I think there are a lot of places in Colombia. I don't know. I think it's only in Bogota.
I,
Terrible.
I don't know, but I think that is also for the people who work for this area, because when we see los que trabajan con la basura, we can see that they don't select, they touch the bags, and they only
Mix
throw it out. Yeah, yeah. So we in Cartagena don't have this
culture.
yes, this culture, because we always see that they mix all in the same.
Terrible, terrible. Uh, What do you think? What is the individual activities can do to help the environment? What do you think? The individual activities.
Individual. I think that the people must buy less things that contain this kind of thing. For example, plastic or yeah, plastic because are many articles or products that we can buy and they not affect too much the the environment. But there are many products, or la mayoría, the most, are are contaminantes.
Produce contamination.
Okay, yes,
Yes.
contamination. So it's difficult to find the kind of articles that no produce contamination in the environment. So I think this is the thing that the people can do, buy less things that produce contamination.
Yes, exactly. The minimalism is very important. It's only if you need to buy something is necessary, but it's not necessary to buy a lot of clothes, for example. But I love the clothes, but it is only this. But I love it, but is terrible. For example, when do you need a lot of water? When do you design or produce jeans? There is a lot of water. It's impossible to think what is the necessary that a lot of water, but is the very complicated about the environment. How about Selena? What is your opinion? What can do for the individual activities for the environment for you?
For me, the people can do, um, for example, when we go on the street, if we have a garbage, don't bot in on the streets. If you don't wait to find a, how can I say, caneca or
Can't or ban
Trash can. It's a trash
or
can.
bin?
bin.
Yeah.
Bueno, eso.
Okay, okay, excellent. Hello, Nadis. How are you today?
Hi, teacher. I'm good. Hi, classmates. I'm good today.
Excellent. The topic for the class, the first part of the class is about the environment. What is your opinion about the global warming?
About?
Yeah, what is your opinion? What is the difficult problem about global warming?
I think. I think.
For example, in Bogota, it's terrible because when I was child, Bogota was very cold. But now there are a days that the climate is terrible and use an inappropriate clothes for the day because it's very hot all the day. It's terrible because in Bogota there are is change a lot of the climate is change.
I think the pollution and also the pollution is the fear caused to that yes
In,
that
increase the temperature.
yes, increase the temperature, but yes, the pollution because I think industrial pollutions also. Uh, uh, how do you say capa de ozono?
Uh, I don't know exactly, but I I look at this ca-
Say ozone layer.
Also,
ozone layer. Yeah.
then I think the pollution is very bad to the ozone layer. Then
But
because
this is a little different. The global warming is the increase the temperature and the degree of the ozone depending of the use of other materials, the aerosol especially is the most CF4. They use that kind of products to damage the ozone cap. But the global warming is difficult for all the planet. But for example, the temperature of the ocean is changed all of the planet. Is difficult for the animals, for the habitat of different animals. Okay,
I
excellent.
okay.
Jennifer, how are you today?
Hi, teacher. I'm fine. Sorry to be late. I forget the keys of my house, so I
Oh,
can't open the door.
oh wow, no, don't worry. And only question for you, and then finish the first part of the class and talk about the environment. What is your opinion that the most serious problem for the environmental problems?
Environmental teacher.
Yes,
What is the meaning of that?
the ambientales, problemas ambientales o de medio ambiente.
Ah, okay. The words problems. But what in Colombia or in general?
I don't know if you like to talk about in Colombia or around the world.
Okay. For me, maybe in Latin America
Mhm.
or in in low countries because yeah, that countries had the a very lot of problems with the basura garbage crash. I don't know how
Gar-
to say that.
the garbage
The
or
garbage
crash.
and pollution and contamination in the water in the seas, principally in Latin America, because if you see or if you travel to another world, potential worlds or countries or rich countries like I don't know, Ireland and Switzerland, for
It's
example, you
totally
don't
different.
you don't see that problem. It's a lot of control of that. Maybe if a little like a cultural
Mhm.
education, um, because in our country or in Latin America, we don't um, we don't know or we don't have that culture about be careful to medio ambiente.
To the environment.
Yes.
Okay, I agree. For example, in United States, it's totally different. The recycling is the most important thing for a lot of people. Or, for example, in Argentina, it's different. The country is very, very clean. All the city is very beautiful and clean. But, for
Yes.
example, if you travel to I don't know, Venezuela, it's terrible. There are garbage in a lot of sites and a lot of place. It's terrible, terrible.
Yes, teacher, you're right. Also, I think that the government, um, in the clean country, por decirlo así, the government had a lot rules or I don't know, is so
Loud, loud.
loud about the careful.
Yes.
So the government help a lot with that problem. Okay, here in Colombia, yes, there are rules about that, but it's not the same. The government not no él lo deja tan claro, no es tan importante para ellos.
And for example, in the other countries, the taxes or the it's necessary to pay a lot of money if you don't recycle different materials. Okay, my dear students, the next part of the class is about the cure of boredom, for boredom, boredom. Okay, I shared the audio. Ah, no, video, video. Okay. The audio is good?
Yes, teacher.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to talk today about the problem of boredom. Now, it's true, we encounter boredom less and less. With all of our gadgets and with the totality of human knowledge and artistic output always available to us, when you can always hear your favorite song or watch a great film or read a great book or text a friend, because you can do all of these things with a device that you have at your side 24 hours a day, you might successfully avoid boredom for the rest of your life. But you might also never discover what's on the other side of boredom. And you might not recognize the price you are paying for being compelled to distract yourself, for having lost or having simply never acquired a capacity for doing nothing, a productive capacity for doing nothing. Once you learn to meditate, you realize that boredom is simply a failure to pay attention. If something as simple and repetitive as breathing can become a source of blissful contemplation, and it can, and if the feeling of boredom itself can become an object of intense interest, and it can, there's no way to be bored if you're paying close attention to your experience. So training in meditation is the true cure for boredom. It's a kind of permanent inoculation. Once you learn how to meditate, you will never be truly bored again. Now, this isn't to say that you won't still make choices in life. Certain activities might still feel like a waste of time, and they might be a waste of time given all the other things you could do. So you might still walk out of a movie or stop reading a book because it's, quote, boring. But when left alone with yourself, how do you feel? Are you desperate to be distracted by some stimulus? Or can you find a deep feeling of well-being as an intrinsic property of just being conscious? The gulf between these two conditions is enormous. And in my experience, only meditation allows us to reliably span it.
Okay. Okay. Nailin, what is the main topic of the video?
Teacher, I want to ask you something. Boredom is aburrimiento, yeah?
Yeah, it's
Okay,
aburrimiento.
for be sure. Yeah, the main topic of the video is this, the cure for the boredom, of the ways to combat the boredom.
Exactly. And Jennifer, other idea about the video? Do you think meditation is an interesting solution for the boredom?
Maybe I don't know. It's depend of the person because if I'm bored, just I entertain with study or I have my things to distract my mind and not boring. But other person maybe just like to meditation or I don't know, another thing. For me, meditation maybe it's when I'm hungry, no, hungry,
Angry.
hungry,
Okay.
maybe sad or in bad mood.
Okay.
But maybe not meditation for bored.
Okay.
It's my opinion. No, I don't know.
Okay, excellent. And Naidis, how about you? Do you think meditation help when the people say that is boredom?
Yes, I think it's a good activity, and also if you do meditation with some music or some mantras, is a good exercise to don't be bored, and also when you feel stressed, for me, it's a good therapy, and also when I am when I feel stressed or ansioso, when I say
Anxious?
anxious, yes, I say this, then it's a good therapy, and it's a good activity. It can help, the meditation also can help you, with your health, with your bronze, your rate is a good exercise to the respiratory system, and also the circulatory system is a good exercise.
Excellent. Okay, this exercise is for Selena and Nayland. To try to mm, share the screen. You can see my screen.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, and please, in this exercise about the video is to put the ideas in order that I did mention in the video. Please tell me what is the first, second, third. What do you think is the first part of the uh, video? I'll say that. People avoid boredom by watching things, reading, and communication on their device. When you meditate, you pay attention to the breathing and feelings. Learning to meditate will cure you of boredom. Boredom, you will never be bored again. But if you always distract yourself, you will never learn how to do nothing. Once you know how to meditate, you might still find that some activities are a waste of time. People experience boredom less nowadays than they did in the past. What is the first?
For me, teacher, Selena.
Yes, Selena, one, and Nelen the second, and again Selena and change. Okay.
Okay, teacher. Initially, in the video mentioned, the people avoid boredom by watching things, reading, and communicating on their device.
Okay. Nylin, do you agree or disagree with Selena?
I think that first is the less. Now people experience boredom less nowadays than they did in the past. And then the the
Okay,
active
excellent. This is the first, and the second is people. Perfect. And Selena, what is the third sentences in your opinion?
Mm, when you meditate, you pay attention to your breathing and feelings.
Maybe. Okay. And Nile, do you agree or disagree?
I'm not sure, but I remember when the muñequito had her head in the wall, and I think that in this moment it's saying about the 1, 2, 3, 4. But if you always distract yourself, you
One, two,
will never
three.
learn how to do nothing. I think I
Okay.
don't know if I made Selena think.
Okay. I decide. But or what is or when you meditate? Decide. Both. Nylan and Selena. Nylan. Nylan and Selena decide to the but or when.
But
But okay, but and Selena, the next part, what do you think?
mm,
And now, if talk about meditation in this part.
once you know how to meditate, you might still find that some activities are a waste of time.
Okay, Nyland, do you agree or disagree?
Mm, Learn to meditate with career.
Is at what time of meditate?
I think it's it too. Once you know how to meditate.
Okay, I don't know. Well, okay. And then is possible learning or when you meditate?
Teacher, what, where is, where is, where is wasted of time?
Como,
Okay, where is, what is,
es como pasar el tiempo. ¿Esta?
ah, okay.
Until now you meditate, como activities para...
Para el tiempo libre, something like
Exacto,
this.
como... Sí.
I think when you meditate is first, and then learning to meditate will cure your body.
First one or learning?
When I think when I don't know
This?
the make
And the last one learning? Maybe?
I don't know.
Okay. Okay, finish. Check it out. 3 and shout the answer. Okay. People avoid but will distract when you meditate. Learning to meditate will cure. And wasn't you know how to meditate? Okay, excellent, my dear students. But don't worry, this exercise with the other partner is interesting. See my screen again. The other
Yes,
video.
teacher.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I don't know the audio. It's necessary all the. Okay. Okay. Now in this part, this is for 90s. What is the identify the purpose of the presentation, please?
This has been called the era of communications. The number of mobiles and tablets has increased tremendously. Almost every human being has, on average, one of these devices. New and more sophisticated apps allow people to know what their friends and family are doing, where they are checking in, and even what they are thinking. Paradoxically, these advances in information technology have moved in detriment of face-to-face communications. In fact, many people now prefer to send text messages instead of raising their head to talk to the person in front of them. Some restaurants, for example, are implementing campaigns to promote face-to-face communications amongst their customers. Signs such as, "There is no Wi-Fi, please talk amongst yourselves," are becoming more and more common. It's time we begin to see the problems generated by the extensive use of mobiles and tablets and how they interfere with this basic human activity.
Okay. Nidis, what is your opinion? What is the main topic about or the purpose of the presentation?
This is how this is the first question. Which the dealer? No. Okay. Yes.
No, the
Okay.
purpose, the
Okay.
general purpose of the video of the presentation.
I think is how the the um, the technology
Mhm.
is affect the communication face to face, people face to face.
Excellent, perfect. That's the main idea of the video.
Yes.
This is for Jennifer. Two question for Jennifer. The first part said, which title summarize what the article says?
Maybe the big tablets and mobile are present everywhere.
Yes? Are you sure?
Walter has said no, but technology has promoted communications around the world. And because technology has promoted communication around the world, yes.
Yes.
But the video also say that tablets and mobile
But
changed communication.
which title summarize what the article?
What is
Yes?
the meaning of summarize?
Resume. El,
Okay. So the A.
the A. Yes,
A.
okay. I agree with you. I don't know, but I agree. Okay, the second for you, Jennifer. The topic sentences in this passage is
Passage is meaning the video.
yeah.
The topic sentences. Okay. It has been called the era of communication. Paradoxically, it's the same of paradójicamente.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. This advances in information technology have moved in the streaming to face-to-face
Communication. Mhm.
In fact, many people now prefer to send a text message instead of raising their head to talk to the person in front of them. B.
B. Okay. And this is for Selena.
The idea
Mhm.
the idea that communication are affected by technology is not exemplified by one of these sentences.
Read carefully all the sentences, please.
Okay. A. Many people prefer to send text messages
Message.
instead of tracing their head to talk to the person in front of them. B. Signs such as there is no Wi-Fi. Please talk amongst yourselves are becoming more and more common. And see, it's time we begin to see
Biggie.
to see the problems generated by its extensive use of mobiles and tablets and how they interfere with basic human activity. I mm, can the letter B.
B. Okay. And check the answer. Okay, okay. Okay, perfect. Paradoxically, and the last one for science. Excellent. The next part, no. Previous, and yes. Next. Okay. This part of the exercise for today is to talk about negotiation. Negotiation is an important topic for all activities in your life. For example, for teacher, it's very important to be very uh, empathic with the students.
Thanks a lot to the foundation.
Do you listen the audio?
Yes, teacher.
Okay.
For the invitation to give this presentation. There are many things involved in negotiations and effective negotiation skills. I would like to talk about 5 particular issues that are important in any negotiation. The first one is to keep time limits. Negotiations should have a beginning and an end. The counterpart needs to know that there is a specific time assigned. The second aspect that I would like to focus on today is to offer the other party to speak first. This is a very strategic move, as you will understand exactly where the other person wants to get, and this will allow you to prepare your arguments about their requests. The third aspect has to do with respect. You need to show that you respect the other party. This is the only tool you have to also request to be respected if things don't go the right way. The fourth aspect is to acknowledge what the other party says. Take time to paraphrase, to tell the person phrases such as, "If I understood correctly," or "What you're saying is." This aspect is essential in achieving your goal. Finally, pay attention to body language, not only the other parties, but to your own body language. Managing your body language also sends positive signals to the other party and hence helps to get to an agreement.
Okay.
Thanks a lot to the
Okay. What is your opinion, Nailen? What is the most important reason that negotiation is relevant for the teacher, for example?
Teacher, I have a question. Negotiation? What is the meaning of negotiation?
Negotiation is the activity when do you try to do and clarify the idea, to get together a decision for that opinion, and to share information and decide what is perfect for both parts. This is a negotiation, and select what is the best part for the both. For example, is what is the best, decide this part, but for example, in the first activity of the class, I tried to share activity with Selena and try to decide. In this case, it's necessary to establish a negotiation. What is your opinion, Selena? The first part of the video is that or is that? And Selena says, no, I agree with you, or I think is the most important. This is a negotiation. I decide what is the best part for both students.
Okay. I think that or the video talks about more about the our what is the word? The del lenguaje corporal.
The body language.
Yeah, the body language and explain that some expressions or some moves clarify that the people is trying to express. For example, when the people takes their hands is like a demonstration of respect, or when someone takes your hand here is saying the come on, or like please talk or say me your opinion, or yes, this kind of thing. I think it's more focus in not in the mm, in the activity of negotiation, but also is trying to explain how other things can affect the negotiation, and in this case, body language.
Exactly, excellent. And Jennifer, what do you think is the important to be negotiation with the students, for example, with teenagers? Do you think it's necessary for the teacher to be respectful for a person with the students about negotiation? What is your opinion about the negotiation with teenagers?
Um,
For
for
example, my son, he was a 50 years old, and it's very complicated to decide any activities. For example, I like to go to the mall, and he said I doesn't like it. I don't like this place because it's terrible. I don't like to or travel to, I don't know, to Ibagué. I don't like this place because it's very hot. I don't like this farm. I don't like, and it is very important to negotiate all activities with them. What do you think with the students? Is necessary to negotiate all the time or not?
um, I don't know with students, but do you say that, for example, with your son, it's the same with my cousin. She's also 16 years old, and she always had maybe fight with my uncle because they say, please, you can study a lot if you study in the first step or in the first, I don't know, lugar.
Place?
Yes, if you had in the first place the best student of your class, I
Okay.
we went together to know the sea because my cousin do not don't know the sea, and she said no, it's difficult to carry in the first step. It's difficult. I don't can. It's difficult. And okay, if you also they always are negotiation. um of course my cousin is, is it's terrible in your class, and she um yes, my uncle always had a negotiation with her, and to her, it's better in study.
Okay, okay. I agree. There are a lot of problems with teenager when do you need to decide uh, anything. It's necessary to negotiate. Okay, exactly. This is the topic for, it's an interesting topic, but okay, the last part of the activity of negotiation. Okay, what happened? The next part. use them. Okay, this activity for negotiation is for Selena. Please, Selena. Selena
Okay,
and
teacher.
90s. And try to decide the match that suggestion for each part. For example, the first part, keep time limits. You decide what is the correct match with the sentence and the other part of the screen. For example, 90s. Try to read the second part and Selena try to decide what is the best part. 90s, read, please.
Okay, wait. Keep the time limits. Keep the time limits, I think.
What,
I
what is
think
the
it's the last one. This is the only tool.
what 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 with keep time limits? What is the correct suggestion?
Wait. The last one.
The last one?
Yes. It's a
Okay.
toll. The time is a toll. You
Okay.
have to request to be respect things.
Yes.
You know. Wait.
No, okay. No? Do you think what is the correct? And Selena, the second, what do you think? Offer the other party to speak first with what? 1, 2, 3, or 4?
Mm, mm, maybe one.
The second with 1? Yes?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. 90s. The next sentence.
Respect and listen to what your opponent has to say.
Mm-hmm.
Wait. Respect and listen to the opponent
Respect and listen
to
to
what
what your opponent has to say.
I think.
2, 3, or 4.
Okay. Okay, the theory with the theory. You all, yes, exactly where the other people want to get.
Okay.
Maybe.
Selena. Knowledge what the other party say.
Mm,
Says.
I think I was strong. Can I change, teacher?
Okay.
3 with 4.
I
What?
think
With 1, 2,
four
3,
four with one.
with 1. Okay. And 2 with
Two. Mm,
offer report to speak to.
negotiation should have beginning and end.
Okay. And Nidis, do you agree the what 5 with second? Yes?
I I think the 5 is the number 1. Manage your body language
Okay.
as possible.
Good one.
Pay
Claro.
attention to your answers.
Exactly. Okay. 5 is with first. And one, and in the for the second is 4?
Take time to, yes.
Yes?
Wait. No, wait. Take time to find the person price also. I understand correctly.
Exactly where the
You are saying
is to
yes.
get.
Time. Take time. I think the 4 is 3.
4 with 3?
No, 4 with
No?
2.
With 2?
No. Sorry. Wait. Yes.
The 5 for
See,
3?
4 with 2.
4, yeah, okay. Check the answer.
I don't know. I don't see.
Okay, 3 rounds. Only this is clear that pay attention to the body language and body language.
Dance.
Clear? Uh-huh.
Okay, then
In my opinion, for that exercise, 2.
3 with 2.
Yeah. What? 3. 3,
2.
3. Yes. Yes. This is
Okay.
the correct. Okay, the next exercise, and in this slide, try to explain the using language related with a conflicted situations. For example, Owen, one of the best strategies to decrease conflict is to use ACE model. The acronym stands for acknowledge, clarified, and explain. Acknowledge there is a conflict, you respect him, you want to reach a solution. Clarified is how the person see the problem, how it originate, and explain as the purpose of this stage is to tell the person the other story. The next exercise is simple, but it's for Jennifer and Nyland, and try to define that each part of, for example, I would like to tell you what I felt and why I react in this way. What do you think, Nyland? Is for C, for A, for C, or for E?
Teacher, you can return to the last for check something.
Okay, in this
Yeah,
part, okay.
yeah,
The
yeah, yeah.
acknowledge is to identify the conflict. Yes, you want to reach a solution. You understand. You upset the person. This is the knowledge. And the second part is to clarify. Is to identify clearly what is the problem, what the factor, the originate the problem, and explain you say the other way, to tell the other story than to explain the activity, the situation. Yeah, this is the acronym or A, C, or E model to identify conflicts. Yes. Okay, in this part is try to match for acknowledge, clarified, or explain. Hmm? Okay.
Okay. The first, I would like to tell you what I felt and why I react in this way. Oh, it's complicated. It's seems clarify, but also explain.
Clarify or explain? Explain is to tell the story with different weight. This is display to identify different parts and clarify to to identify clearly the problem.
Yeah, I think the first is explain.
Explain. Okay, perfect. And Jennifer, the second for you, when you said I offended you, what exactly do you mean?
I offended you.
Mm-hmm. What exactly do you mean? Is acknowledge, clarified, or explain?
I'm at that with C or A.
But look at this part. What exactly do you mean?
Oh, I don't know, explain.
Explain or clarify? Clarified. I don't know. If you prefer explain or clarify. Clarified.
No, clarify.
Okay, I agree. Oh, Nylin, could you give me an example?
Could you give me an example?
Is clarified or explain?
I think it's clarify.
Yeah. Exactly. Okay, Jennifer, I can see that you are upset and will rather solve this issue.
I can see that you are upset and I would rather. What is the meaning of rather?
Como más bien. Tratemos
So,
como
this
más
issue.
bien es como con el will sería como preferiría resolver el problema por el que está upset, enojado.
Okay. So A.
Excellent. I agree with
Acknowledge.
you. Nylan, I really respect you and I will rather listen to you first.
I think that is explain.
That is plain. Okay. And Jennifer? When I raised the voice, I didn't mean to offend you. I raised the voice so that you could hear me.
I don't know that sentence. It says, when I raises the voice, I didn't mean to offend you. I raised the voice so that you could hear me.
Look
What
at
is
the general idea that raise the voice. I didn't mean to offend you.
well, but what is raise the voice with, like scream with voice?
Exactly.
Okay.
I didn't mean to offend you. I raised the voice so you couldn't hear me.
Okay. So explain.
Explain. Okay. That's excellent. And what do you mean when you said humiliate?
I think it's clarify.
Yes, excellent. Okay, that look check the only this. Do you think is no. clarified? No. Okay. Okay, excellent, excellent, my dear students. Okay, oh, the time is flying. Okay, the next activity for the class. And for me, I don't know for you with the time is flying, but for me, yes. Okay. Hmm. Okay, the next activity for the class is to share information for two students for controversial opinion, but the topic for today is negotiation. The first activity is for Selena and Nidis and select the controversial opinions. What is my screen about? Okay, please. Okay, I share the controversial opinions. Let's start. No. This question, what is this? This is for Selena and Nidis. Keeping animals in zoos is cruel. But the idea is they try to establish a conversation for that topic, a controversial opinion, but establish the conversation with the other students, not only opinion for this one, but establish a conversation. Please, Selena and
But
Nidis.
only with Selena, only both
Yes,
Selena and me.
both, and interact with Selena and talk about this topic.
Okay, and Selena, I think is a good topic, but I think in some case is cruel because the animals need to be free and in free not in their natural habits, but some of them are born and I don't cautiverio dance
Captive.
is cautive dance is if a bad idea to is a bad idea to put these animals again on their habits because they don't have the skills to survive in this in this in his habits. What do you think about this, Elena? Elena?
Mm, I think I am here. I think that I am agree that also the zoos are very big and they give them their maybe proper food and how can I say cuidados, debidos cuidados
To care the animals or protection
to
to
care the
care.
animals. Mm, and yes, to care and
Mm,
I think they should be in natural and not as a way to earn money because the people pay for go to see them.
but when what do you think about the suits? What do you think about the suits, for example? Is a good idea
About
or
what?
not is a good
I
idea?
don't.
No?
Sorry, Naidis. I don't understand you clear
Okay.
about what?
Okay. Wait. I will off my fan. Okay. Now? Better? Okay. And what do you think about the suits? For example, to me, the
Mm,
suits are a good are a good place to tourists, but in some case the zoos are very or the I don't know the place where the animals are very small to them. For example, here in Barranquilla in the zoo, there are a tiger. There is one tiger and there are two lions. But when I went to the zoo, I saw that they aren't happy. The animals aren't happy. They look so sad and all the time are sleeping. What do you think about the zoos?
okay. As I said before, I think that the suits are good and beautiful, but I think the animal must be in nature, mm, and not uh, for the people pay to see them. I
Okay.
think that.
Okay, excellent. The idea is to continue, start with a topic for the controversial opinion and continue with other ideas. Excellent, my dear students. And the next topic is for Nylen and Jennifer. Children should learn about sex at school?
Okay, with Niley, yes?
Yes, with Nylen.
Okay.
Nylen and Jennifer.
Well, I think that um, yes, children should learn about sex at school, but in it depends of the age of the children. No, two little kids. No, maybe 5, 6, 7, 8. No, it's too young to learn that, and don't need it. Know that. Maybe when not children, but yes,
Adolescents,
adolescents or teenagers.
teenagers.
That age, maybe in 12, 13, in 15, 16, that years. Yes, because in that age, um, children or teenagers um, be,
Are
begin
curious.
begin their sexual life.
The sexual
So
life,
yeah, sure.
or
I don't know how
the
do you say that.
the I in Spanish I don't know also what is the name. Pubertad.
Yes,
Mm,
Puber.
yes. I think that
puberty? I think
that
it's the similar.
Yes.
yes, the
Mm.
children should learn in schools because some parents don't like to talk about that themes with their kids, so prefer that school or teachers teach them about that theme. So for me, it's good. I'm not conservator person, but not
Conservative?
young
Conservative person?
conservative. I'm not conservative person, but not to little kids. No, it's not necessary.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you in some things. It's really to always true that very young kids don't need it. They are not in or in the place to notice, but because they are not sexual active. Okay, so for this case, the young kids don't need it. And on the other hand, I think that this topic is more responsibility for the parents. But how do you say? Some parents don't explain these things or for their kids, so it's complicated. But I think in the school, for example, in my school, I don't receive sex education, but my classmates are very curious, and they mention when we had between 11 and 13 years old. So I think that is the range 8 for tratar or speak about this topic. But it is I don't know how can I say it. It's the parents Devon must excuse me, the parents must to begin to talk about this topic with her kids, because when they do this, the kids take the topic more. What is the word? What more? What is the word? What more? Seriedad, serious. The children or the teenager must to take the topic like some serious, but because I can see that they take this topic how are as something funny, but it's not funny. It's some serious. So I think the parents must to begin to talk it, and then in the school to teach about sex.
Okay, excellent.
Yes, it's preferred, but the parents and school don't teach that. Teenagers share search that information in other with other persons or wrong persons or in other places, and it's worse. So it's preferred to explain that to parents or at school, and broken that taboo,
Mhm.
because some maybe Catholics or schools are prefer don't teach that themes. But yes, it's preferred to explain and know that teenagers search that information in other way, because he all teenagers are so curious about that themes.
Okay, excellent, my dear students. And oof, the time is fly. All activities for the class was very interesting. I enjoyed to listening about your ideas, your arguments. Thank you so much for the class. It's an excellent experience for me. Thank you so much, my dear students. See you next week.
See you,
Thank you,
teacher.
teacher. Bye. See
Bye
you.
bye.
Thank you, teacher. Bye bye.
Bye bye, dear
Bye bye,
students.
teacher.
Bye, Nelly. Thank you. Nidis, Nylan, Jennifer, and Selena. Bye bye.